Good morning everyone, Miss Warren here, hope you are all well. Today's Family Learning Challenge is I'm challenging you to create your own scones. Now it's up to you whether you follow along with the recipe that I'm going to give you or you change the recipe at home, it is completely up to you. Before we get started though, I need to make sure that I tie my hair back, take any jewellery off and wash my hands for at least 20 seconds so I'm being hygienic and I'm being safe. So I'm going to do that off camera. I'm going to move my camera down so you can see the bowl and then we're going to get started. Hi everyone, I am back. I have put my hair up and I've washed my hands and I am ready to go. The other thing I've done off camera is I've put my oven on. If you have a fan oven, it's 200 degrees. If you have a gas oven, it's gas box oven, and any other oven, it's 220 degrees Celsius. I've also greased a baking tray ready to go for later. So you might want to get that started now. Now the first step you need to do is you need to sift in 225 grams of flour into a bowl to make sure you get out any lumps and it is all nice and clean. I've also added a pinch of salt into my flour as well, so you need to add in a pinch of salt as well. And you need to rub together 55 grams of butter as well. So 225 grams of flour, 55 grams of butter and a pinch of salt. You just need to rub those together to combine them. Now I've been mixing my flour and my butter together now for probably about 2 minutes. And it is looking a little bit like this. Doesn't look too different, but it's kind of coming together slightly. Now the next thing I need to do is I need to sift in my sugar, because these are some sweet scones. If you want to do savoury scones, that is completely up to you as well. And I need to add in my milk. Now that was 25 grams of butter and 150 mils of milk. I'm going to stir this together with a wooden spoon and make sure it is all combined. Don't forget to make sure you get to the bottom of the bowl so it was all stirred together. Right, now everything is combined, all the ingredients are together. Now you need to make sure you are kneading the dough. So we need to get a floured work surface, take the sticky dough out of the bowl and pop it on the floured work surface and knead it a little bit. So I'm going to put my flour on my work surface and I'll see you in a second. I've got my floured surface ready to go. I'm now going to transfer my sticky dough onto my floured surface and I am now going to just put a bit more flour into the dough so it stops sticking to my fingers, and then I'm going to pat it out. I'm going to make it a little round shape and I'm going to pat it out to around about 2 centimetres thick. Now you can either guess or you can use a ruler if you want to be super accurate. So I'm going to roughly guess that is around about 2 centimetres thick. Now we don't want too much flour on the dough now, so if you have any excess flour, just wipe it off, ready to get your cutters. Now, you can either, if you have cutters at home, that is brilliant. So I've got some old circle cutters that I've got. If you don't have any cutters, you can use a cup. That is also completely fine. And you can just score down the sides of the scones with a knife and that would work just as well. So it's up to you how you want to do this. I've got some cutters, I'm going to use some cutters. I think I'm going to use a medium-sized one. So I'm going to now cut out my scones. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, but I've still got extra dough left, so I'm going to cut out my scones and I want to see whether you can figure out how many scones I can make with my dough before I get back. Was your guess correct? Now I started off with 4 and I've ended up with 8. The next step you need to do before they go into the oven is you need to either egg wash them, the top of them, or if you don't have any eggs, which is completely fine, if you've got some extra milk lying around, just wash the top of these scones with milk or egg, just so they have that nice shine whilst they cook in the oven. So I'll see you in a second. They are all egg washed now, they are ready to go into the oven. They need to go into the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes until they are golden brown. Keep an eye on them though, don't want to burn them. And then I'll check back with you when they're all cooked. Hi everyone, my 12 to 15 minutes have passed and my scones are now looking golden brown and lovely and cooked. I've transferred them off my baking tray onto a cooling rack. A plate will do fine as well. However, I'm going to have a warning note here. When you are taking your scones out of the oven, please make sure you are using an oven mitt and you are being super, super careful. Have an adult supervise you because I don't want you to hurt yourself or burn yourself at all. Now I'm going to wait for them to cool down and then I'm going to put all my fillings inside and I'll see you back in a bit. Finally, the scones are cooled down. I picked my favourite one off the cooling rack. I've added my 2 favourite toppings, which is raspberry jam and cream. And yeah, like I said before, you can change the recipe, add new toppings. It is completely up to you. You might even want to do an afternoon tea party with your family as well. I cannot wait to see all the photos and videos that you post down below as well in the comments. Hope you have a lovely day, stay safe, and this is your Family Learning Challenge. See you later guys, bye.